Hello, and welcome back to Blockbuster Brothers, and
We
just
watched
Godzilla,
Godzilla, King
of
the
Monster
2019.
Teen.
I already said 19.
Oh.
That's okay.
And it was fantastic.
I had a really fun time.
It did.
I mean, it's not perfect, but it was
I could've-
really good. It's totally worth watching.
I could have used more Teacher from Stranger Things.
Teacher from... Oh, yeah! Oh, man, that guy just dies.
Oh, spoilers.
It's really early in the movie.
And he's not even in the trailer, it doesn't matter.
That definitely makes it a spoiler. Should we roll it back and undo it?
No, it doesn't matter. He's not even a character in this movie.
It's true.
But it's like, oh, good to see you're still a scientist.
Surprise, people die.
He's moving up in the
Godzilla
world.
movies.
So yeah. We know nothing about Godzilla, and we really enjoyed it.
Our experience is with the past two movies we just saw, which is 1998 and 2014. That's it.
And this movie totally blew the other two out of the water.
Very much so. I had a really good time.
Yes. It's like... This and Pacific Rim are the greatest monster movies from America.
Pacific Rim?
Yes.
I mean, I know it is, but is it?
I think so. It's like the most fun, like, boom!
Like, boom. My thing
Well,
is...
I can't accurately explain it through audio.
I feel you, but... I don't know. I mean, Pacific Rim is a great concept, but it's so... rudimentary, I guess? I mean, it
doesn't need...
relying so heavily on the past Gundams.
No, it's
and
not.
mech
You don't need to see any of those
stereotypes.
Gundams, as I have
It's
not.
using all those tropes.
Yes,
like, it just
which
cashes them in.
Well, guess what? Most people who saw that movie had never seen a Gundam.
Well, I'm not saying Gundam, I'm just saying mechs in general.
I know what you mean. I know
But,
Gundam
okay.
is a specific franchise.
Yeah, just saying.
Which is, like, another thing. But that's not
We're
the
not
point.
gonna
That's not the
talk about
point. It's just like, in America, we don't get nearly enough monster movies, mainly because the audience just doesn't really care about them.
And this is the pinnacle
Of that.
monster movie, popcorn, fun time movies.
Yes.
It does that very, very, very well.
Yes. Like, there are... I'm guessing we're just jumping right into it. Like, not spoilers, but like, yeah, let's just review it.
I think
Like,
so. I mean, we need to give an outline of the
There's
plot.
a bunch of the human characters, like, all of them, that are stupid.
Stupid and don't matter.
Yeah.
There's only one guy who matters.
The one-liners guy.
It's Let Him Fight. Mr. Let Him Fight.
Yes.
He has a real name, but...
Mr.
And then the
Japanese.
girl from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is there. I know she has a real name, and I'm terrible. I just don't remember.
And
She's has a twin sister? What was the deal with that?
Evidently. I don't remember that at all.
I just remember them suddenly seeing them both. I'm like, what is going on right now? Why is this even being shown? Does this even matter? No. Let's just watch dinosaurs.
Yeah. And it's...
Oh, man,
I mean,
have a great idea. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It's probably
This movie, for me personally, it's very much like a cartoon in the sense, like, oh my gosh, there's like world building in this, and there's certain things with certain monster that I'm like, I did not expect them to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, I won't say it until spoilers.
We already gave spoilers.
No, we gave one spoiler
Movie's over.
about Stranger
Whole
Things.
thing's ruined. Stranger Things 3 doesn't even happen. It's all inside of a snow globe.
What the heck? How is that in my ear? Anyway.
That's very odd.
Anyway. Get out of
So
here.
basic plot.
Basic plot, monsters.
Well, you see,
There's a woman.
There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of monsters.
Yep.
As the trailer states,
Which
there are
apparent-
17 and counting.
Yeah.
You don't get to see all 17, by the way.
Unfortunately, no. But the thing is, some of them, or at least the ones that we see, I won't. It's not a spoiler, but I can't say it. I'll say it in spoilers. But
Okay.
they use original monster designs, apparently.
Yeah, they have some originals and they have some oldies.
So say the actual Godzilla fans.
I assumed they were for Godzilla fans, actually. Every monster I saw, I said, I assume this is an old design that I haven't seen.
Apparently not.
They did a pretty good job with having the themes match. I don't know.
So we've been told.
I don't know. It felt like it. I mean, I wasn't like...
I mean, coming into this as, like, a non-fan of, like, Godzilla as a whole...
Yeah.
It was a rad and a half.
Rad and a half. Wow. That's crackerjack, man.
Well, I technically said ride and a half.
Ride and a half. Wow, that's crackerjack, man.
I think it's Papperjack.
You got me on skates, okay? It's true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying old-timey weird things.
Is it a spoiler to say what song they use?
Godzilla.
Yep, by the Beastie Boys.
I would love that. You know, half of the reason I watched Lego 2 was because of the Beastie Boys song, Intergalactic, that they played at the beginning. In the trailer. They didn't even play it in the movie at all!
Oh, right.
I loved that song! Anyway.
They might have played it in the credits.
Nope, not to my knowledge. Anyway.
But yeah.
So Godzilla, basic plot, okay? Godzilla's a monster, they're hunting for him. They say, we need to band all these monsters up and fight them and destroy them. And then the
plot really matters.
The group is like, nah, man. And then they start waking up the monsters, and then it turns out one of them's bad, and we need to vote on a king. And so they all have an election. And the king is selected, and it becomes a constitutional monarchy. The prime minister is King Ghidorah.
The prime minister...
He's got 3 heads,
the prime minister
he can
is Trudeau.
all the parties.
Is Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau is Mothra.
Yes.
And
the terrible
very, very helpful.
No, he isn't.
So
Canada's a terrible country.
It's just so cold, and they only have maple syrup up there.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
So, what else?
Canada,
the King of the Monsters is really determined by...
Canadians aren't even people.
You know what? That's a South Park joke, and
it is
too redundant.
Okay. Anyway.
So, in this case, there's a big monster who's like, I'm the boss now, you all listen to me, and then Godzilla's like, nah, man. And then
It's all like, nah, mate. Get out my home, jobate.
Nailed it. And then he becomes toothless at the end of How to Train Your Dragon 2, the end.
Yeah, basically.
I haven't seen 3 yet, so I assume it just goes really well at the end.
Yep.
I'm just gonna assume that.
Yep, they all die.
I knew it!
They all turn into dogs.
Always with the turn into dogs.
No, they all turn into birds.
Oh, isn't that like the new show we were talking about?
No.
Okay.
What new show?
The Toucan Sam show.
Oh, right.
It's the BoJack Horseman spin-off.
That is
the bird
actually
people.
a spin-off. It's
just same animation
Anyway,
style.
Godzilla.
It was...
He's the boss.
We spend all the problems we had with 2014...
Gone.
Almost all of them have been solved. There's still 2 big ones that I will say.
Okay, I know. I can guess one of them.
Okay.
Can I guess what it is?
Yeah, guess.
The people?
The people are dumb. And we spend a ton of time with these people that don't matter. When we have like 600 of them. There's like rooms and rooms full of them. And they're always in a room.
Yeah, exactly. But also, like, they're the organization of Monarch, which is this universe's version of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's be clear.
Which is this universe's version of Nerve from Evangelion. Okay. Also a giant monster fighting system.
I just can't wait till they introduce Mechagodzilla.
I know.
That's
actually going to be a good
probably
movie.
They won't, because this movie made very...
It's doing so badly.
For what its budget was.
I don't care what its budget was.
Who knows? Maybe it'll do well in foreign markets. Anyway.
What is the... Well, I mean...
Are we really doing this right now?
I'm just going to look it up.
Fine.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters...
The first one...
Budget.
The first one... The first one opening weekend... made 114 million.
Its quoted budget is 170 million.
How much did it made worldwide?
It's even worse.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Box office mojo.
But the thing is, we are getting Godzilla vs. Kong because that movie was already filmed, so haha.
As of June 4th...
Sorry, work is calling.
As of June 4th, it has made 100... Oh, it has not even made that. It's made 57 million...
That's domestic.
Domestic, with 187 worldwide. So they've barely broke even the initial budget with no distribution costs and no...
Marketing
costs included. So they're still taking a hit right now.
But who knows?
But, you know, it's probably because critics just tore this movie up because
you're dumb!
They forgot who the movie was for. They love, you know, I'll talk about critics in a bit, but this movie is doing really badly in the box office.
Yeah, and like
oh, it even says so right there. Look at that.
It says it's bad.
No, it says production budget on Box Office Mojo.
Okay.
It's like they know what I care about.
I know, right?
That's cool.
But this movie's just fun. It's like for me personally, I'm not gonna say I like the people stuff, but I like the world building of it.
Yeah, I love when they talk about the Hollow Earth and the...
Which you didn't know was a thing.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Because that was a thing in Kong Skull Island.
It's super cool.
Which
what does that mean?
They don't... It just means pockets.
So there's like tubes?
Yes.
It's like the internet?
Yep.
A series of
The
tubes.
Earth is the internet!
Yes, all the titans there. I mean, they do communicate by fancy sound bits.
Oh,
that makes me angry. That makes me alive.
All the pigeons hoot together.
All the pigeons like merge together to form one giant super pigeon.
And they're just doing
pigeonra. No, it's a little too close to the moth joke.
That's a bit too close to penis.
That's also true. We apologize. This is family friendly.
This is family friendly, PG clean.
Yes.
The correct word is Pinot.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
You know, this is actually just a live cut of our stream of consciousness. This has nothing to do with the movie. I just wanted you to know.
I'm sure they never could have figured that out. Anyway, this movie's great. Spoilers.
Okay, spoilers. Ghidorah is said his name is falsely pronounced as gonorrhea. Which...
Gonorrhea?
Totally...
That joke?
It was such a dumb joke. How many people saw that joke and gave it the go-ahead before it came out on screen?
My guess? One.
There's so many different people. So the script thing happened. The people watching it happened. The actor who says it happened. The
boom mic people who were on set
They
that
don't
day.
have a say. The director okays it. The editor is like, yes, let's keep that line. So there's so many different points. That's just normal. Let alone people who read it, watch it, and are like, ooh.
Not to mention we're gonna pick on this one guy. Apparently he's like the president in the West Wing or something.
No way! The creepy dude?
Maybe?
Like, that's his whole shtick, is he's a creepy guy.
No, he's not. Yeah, like, I record everything. Everything.
That's it.
Like, what is that joke even for?
What does that even mean? Is that for later?
Is it a sex thing?
I don't know.
Family friendly, PG clean, people.
Yeah, so definitely not. Anywho, so I really liked about this movie is it solved some of the problems of 2014's movie, right? So 2014's movie, the main problem I had was, where is Godzilla? Where is Godzilla in this movie? Can I please see Godzilla? Oh, Muto, I guess I'm cool with that, whatever that is. I want to see the fight.
Yeah, another Muto.
Hey, I think, did they both die in the first one?
I'm pretty sure,
made me
yeah.
second guess myself. Well, there were clearly eggs for Mutos
They
to come
had
out.
they had the severed head in their shield facility. Also, they're like, oh, we're running out of money, yet you have these enormous underwater facilities.
Well, that's why they're running out of money.
It's madness.
You got to keep it under the water.
But
They
it's
have
like
to
an-
pay a guy to
like-
like hold it down under the water at all times.
Yeah.
You know, just to keep it lightly submerged.
Yeah, you're just like trying to figure out like it's actually really heavy, and they're just giant balloons filled with air.
That's actually probably a thing. If you were to design a giant facility underwater, you'd probably have a very large escape pod method of some sort.
No.
So whether balloon sets or whatever.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally, oh, we're going to fill up giant balloons the size of skyscrapers, and they are going to, but this thing is going to be heavy enough so it doesn't float to the top.
Wow. Why not just put it in the sky then?
Because we don't have that much helium.
There's a shortage, people!
My point is, there's actually some really, like, in that, also in that facility is where we get our first look at Godzilla.
That's true. The water one, it feels like it... Does it move?
Yeah, he's just so big.
No, the water one. Does it follow Godzilla around?
What water one?
The underwater facility where they look at Godzilla and he's flashing his lights
No,
at him.
didn't
He's
they-
like, hey,
didn't-
there's a policeman.
No, didn't they like turn on the thing or something? Didn't they turn something on?
They did turn on some guns.
Uh,
Because clearly they're going to fight this
Mind
thing.
you, it's been about a week since we've seen the movie.
Yeah, some of the details are a little hazy because the plot is needlessly complicated for no reason. I think clearly what happened is...
Also, what's her name? 11. She swears.
A lot.
It's like...
I hate child swearing. No offense, she still has the young girl look. I don't know how old she is at this point. Whatever.
I mean, I'm fine with it like a few times, but she's like, wow, this is like the one thing I'm taking away from it.
And
It's
there's
just weird.
one part in particular.
Sorry,
So
we're family men.
she and her mother were, in quotes, taken hostage by bad guy, who is the bad guy from Last Action Hero.
Apparently.
I knew it in the movies, and Michael didn't remember.
I have not seen that movie in like
Neither have I.
like 10 years.
That's very fair. So, anyway, so they're taken hostage, and 11 freaking flips off the dude after he had just murdered a bunch of people before they got in that elevator.
Granted that this flipping off, it's not the
Yeah,
F
I'm
word.
just saying, like, the
Also,
type of
they
gall.
wasted their F word.
They totally did. They have one F word, and there were like 6 different times they could have used it,
No,
but they
it was
used
like-
it at the very beginning.
Yeah.
They're like, as soon as we can, let's get that F word out of there. So some random soldier who dies.
When Gadira, as I'm going to choose to call him, because that sounds much cooler to me, comes out, it's like, it's like, and that's when they stop him. Like, that, he says, F, you know? He said it there. But then there's another line where, like, there's only 3 things an animal wants to do. Feed, fight, or get intimate. And it's like,
Why?
that would have been perfect!
That's all. Why don't you put it in the place that actually makes sense? It was, I mean, that is such a dumb thing to say. You put the F word in the wrong place. But that's a minor thing. That is not one of my 2 problems with the movie.
Oh, dang.
One of them is pretty much everything with humans is dumb and boring.
And?
The basic plot, there was a slight twist. It's in the trailer, apparently. I don't remember
I remember it in the trailer.
Hinted
but
that the
only
mom
in
is bad.
Only in retrospect do I remember it.
Bad. She's bad. But she's not bad. She's just misguided. Now, Last
Apparently,
Action Hero
it was
guy.
her whole idea.
Last Action Hero guy. Now he's evil. He
Of
just
course,
wants to destroy the Earth. That's what villains do. But aren't you on the Earth?
Wait. Oh no!
I hadn't. Oh no!
I thought my plane would work.
So, in this case, the little back and forth, oh, she's good, she's bad, she's good again, nobody cares. Oh, the tool is gonna do this, nobody cares.
Also, like, we're just gonna jump around a lot. Because, like, there's also a thing where she calls them on, like, like, she Skypes them, and she has, like, edited footage.
Oh, like she pulls up the news clips of, like, the world being destroyed.
Like, that I can kind of understand. But then she shows, like, oh, the place where they go, that radiation spreads life. And it's, like, a sped-up reel of the cities being covered in overgrowth.
She came prepared to this meeting, okay? It's just a presentation
It's
she's
like,
trying to make.
that's ridiculous. I love it.
Well, I'm okay. I like that it's nice and concise. I feel like they spend way too much time with people. I was under the impression I watched way too many videos talking about this show already, so it's kind of warped how I think about it. But I was told that they did a early viewing of the movie, and a bunch of fans wanted more time. Like, it wanted it to be longer.
I have no idea if that's true or not.
I don't know if this is true or not, but it clearly explains why all the people were in the rooms for so many of the scenes. Like, there's a few scenes where they're out with the monster, but almost all of them, they're like, we are in a square box that was filmed clearly different at a different time than the rest of the movie.
Well,
look, there is a monster outside that wall. You cannot see it, but it's on this display.
Well, the thing is, they're also in their own version of the helicarrier.
That's true.
Except it's just a giant plane, and it's just a giant triangle. And
It's always a giant triangle.
the helicarrier is not a triangle.
Isn't it, though? It's a battleship in the air.
Yeah, it's not a battleship.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's the thing where the planes take off of the boat.
A battleship?
That's not a battleship.
That is a battleship.
Battleship have guns.
It also has guns.
We're done.
Okay.
We're not talking about Marvel. We're talking about the Monsterverse.
Is it called the Monsterverse?
No, but I think it should be.
How about
How about the
the
Mutoverse?
Godzillaverse? Not the Mutoverse. That'd be the dumbest thing.
How about the
King Kong verse.
the who's ever in the trailer dies in the first 20 minutes verse?
Bryan Cranston verse.
Yes.
We should call it the Cranston verse. And that's it. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Oh, the very beginning of the show.
Also, apparently, I can't remember his name, but he's mostly known... I know him from a show called Eureka, but he is apparently from the first, Terminator or Terminator 2. But he's also the scientist... He's the dad of Cyborg.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, in the DC movie. That's
Oh, man. You
he's
pointed that out.
Yeah.
During the film.
Yeah, because, he's in there for a split second, but as I said before, with Kong Skull Island, I think, because we definitely didn't skip.
Is he in that one?
Apparently, the young person.
Crud. We probably should watch that, but we'll wait till Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus King Kong, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, but I remember when you came out, I'm on a Godzilla run.
I am. I like Godzilla.
No, you don't.
I think.
You don't know. You've only seen the American ones.
I know. That's why I want to dip into the Japanese. I feel bad that I haven't watched the original, and I don't know. It seems very hipster.
Yeah, we've been gone for a few hours.
Yeah.
So forgive us. But yeah, let's talk about other things that we know we haven't talked about.
Definitely, which has to be the nuke.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other bomb.
The oxygen bomb.
Yes, the oxygen destroyer, I say again, apparently, because I haven't seen it, but I know it exists. Is that it's a reference to the very first Godzilla, and a scientist makes this thing called the oxygen destroyer, and whether or not he wants to give this knowledge to the rest of the world, being a comparison to nuclear bombs.
Yes.
So yeah, there you go. And so was
it what made Godzilla?
No, it was what could have killed Godzilla, but I again haven't seen it, but if I had to guess on my limited knowledge, it'd be but we'll kill all these people in this area, but at least we'll beat the bad guy.
You know what? When Kong versus Godzilla comes out, we're gonna do some research. We're gonna watch the originals. King Kong.
There's so many bad ones, though.
The original King Kong, the original Godzilla, Kong Skull Island to get caught up. Those three.
I have never seen a live-action Japanese film.
Really?
No.
Oh man, there's a few.
The closest thing is in the show Heroes. When they are in Japan, they just speak Japanese.
That doesn't count.
No, there's a character named Hiro Nakamura, and he's the best.
I confess, most of the Japanese movies I've seen have been animated.
Yes, and anyway, the nuclear bomb. Also, wait, before I get to that,
destroyer.
I was going to say
Godzilla just dies.
No, he doesn't. That's the point. He doesn't die. It made no difference. I mean, it weakened him, and
it didn't do anything to the other guy because he's an alien.
Yeah, which is
cool.
Apparently, they're supposed to all be aliens or something.
The Titans are from here.
No, I mean in the older movies, I think again I know nothing, and I like my ignorance.
I mean, they do say things
but it's
we just looked at a list of Godzilla movies and it did talk about a space Godzilla.
Yeah.
So that would imply that the regular Godzilla is not from space.
I mean, we're all from space, Ben.
But Ghidorah...
Godzilla... I mean, Ghidorah is an alien. Yes. Which is, just wild.
So, was it giant at the point it arrived on Earth?
It's like that thing in Dark Souls where it's it fell from the heavens. It's is that an alien?
Down.
I'm doing the trailer for Alien.
I'm doing Close Encounter of the Third Kind.
I don't care. Anyway, so they're both apex predators, but that thing is not supposed to be here.
That was the whole point, and so Godzilla cares about the Earth, and so he wants to also be in charge of the Earth. It's really more about a corporate takeover.
From Godzilla's perspective, he should have a suit. He should have a tie, and just speak.
As it says in the Wikipedia, it's Screonch. Let me pull that up just to be
Don't you dare use the audio. Don't you dare use the text-to-speech. It's horrible.
It's Screonk. That's how it is spelled. SKREONK. Eeeonk. Skreonk.
Okay.
That is how you spell Godzilla sound. So anytime you write that, it does pull up really good Google results for the Godzilla sound if you want to hear it over and over again. Along with We Are Number One.
So eventually
Godzilla.
they go on. Since this is spoilers, you probably know what we're talking about, and you can connect the dots yourself. So eventually they go underwater through the hollow earth, which is how Godzilla keeps appearing in places faster, because it's like a highway. But it's like, oh, here's Atlantis, question mark, or just old civilization?
Yeah, it's like ancient Sumerian,
yeah.
Babylonian. They just try to make it as old as possible. And they, he had a bunch of wall art of himself in cool poses.
He did it himself.
It looked like he's like, I like this place because I was really cool here. And this is where I chill in the air pocket and, eat radiation all day.
Yeah.
In fairness, a monster could, if it did eat, you'd get energy from eating radiation. It is a possible thing. Technically, the Earth gets energy from radiation.
That's why that's why he's in the Earth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
So he's chewing on some radiation.
Yeah.
He's like, nom, nom,
No,
nom,
he's
nom.
trying to be a sponge, but it's coming in drip by drip. And it's like, let's just explode the bomb next to you.
And that'll give him all the rads.
And, I, as well as the Cinemassacre crew, thought that they were going to, feed it to him, in, the previous Godzilla 2014. But no, they just blow it up next to them. And
let them fight.
And it explodes this ancient civilization thing, and I'm like, I would have wanted to see that. I would want to know more.
So where does Godzilla?
How did that
now?
get there?
Where even is it?
Exactly.
No one knows because they just follow Godzilla. They don't actually know where they are. They arrive 600 miles behind their destination, behind their starting point.
What does that even mean?
That's what the submarine.
What does that mean behind their destination?
I don't know, because we're in a tube system, and they're on the other side of the globe.
Yeah,
or they're inside the Earth. We don't know where they are.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm just trying.
Let Them Fight dies.
Oh man, it was sad.
Was it?
It was very set up to be sad.
Yes, and it's I don't know, I just like seeing giant monsters.
When he touched his face.
Goodbye, old friend.
He's like,
I'm Japanese.
And Thanos then says, I don't even know who you are! And then he blows up the end.
I hope that's a meme later. I hope someone makes that.
It's kind of like, I haven't seen the show, but Mad Men, they're like, I feel bad for you. He's like, I never think of you. It's a really emotional moment, but just that same kind
of... It's like...
I don't.
What did this mean?
No. At the time,
old
it was
friend? You've known him for 5 years.
Hey, no, he spent his whole life hunting things.
No.
Maybe.
No, he was 4. And
he was 4 years old.
Yes, and so then they go to Boston, I believe.
Boston.
Isn't that inland?
No.
It isn't?
No, it's in a bay.
Okay.
That's where the tea happened.
I don't know,
they dumped all the tea into the harbor.
Okay, I was probably thinking of Michigan.
Also, no, just you've never been to the Michigan Ocean coastline?
This fight will take place in Kansas.
Does he need to be wet? Is he amphibious? I know he lives underwater.
Yes, he has gills.
Does he require a certain amount of water in order to live? Or is he all radiation based? Does he drink water?
No, he doesn't eat anything. He's...
Radiation.
Yeah, Superman.
Aren't we all radiation based?
Aren't we all Superman?
I can't stand to fly.
I can't stand to fly. I love that High School Musical song.
Men want men to ride.
What is that?
With the clouds between their knees. I'm only a man in a phony red sheet. You don't know?
I know that song, but what have I known it from? I've seen it in a Disney movie. One of those
It's from it was on the radio back in the day. It was before your time.
No.
No, it was.
No.
But that is not about Godzilla.
I wanted to. It could be.
Okay.
Someone draw Godzilla flying.
As Superman.
No, on a. What's the cloud Goku flies on?
Oh, Nimbus?
Yes, flying on Nimbus.
I want him in a really poorly fitting Superman suit.
I want him in a...
Like, it was designed for a giant human proportioned person, and then he, like, stretches it way over
Really?
his legs.
Not a
and
giant...
his arms are, like,
not
all
a, not a
droopy.
giant orange gi.
No, I don't want a
Flying Nimbus?
Godzilla Goku. I want Superman,
Godzilla?
but with... I don't know what I want.
Godzilla.
I think we can... You're really trying to make this work. I hope it does.
Yep. I'm sure we have fans already.
Yeah! So, things we have to talk about, because we haven't talked about them yet. Fighting scenes. The fighting scenes were beautiful if I got to look at them. First of all, they cut away almost instantly every time. They were like, and then we were always in the rain. It was always raining. It was always dark. I understand they made
You
this
only
thing
you
with the...
only noticed that after the review.
No way. No
Really?
way. It was always dark and rainy. I was like, well, I'll take it. But it was always raining and dark. It was because of the storm guy. Ghidorah was all about lightning, and so he was carrying a storm around him, which I'm sure adds realism in quotes, but bleh.
Well, the thing is,
I
like...
just want to see him blow... I just want to... I mean...
Like, I gushed about how much I love day in the morning fight scenes in Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I realized, okay, this does kind of look fake, but I don't care about fake. You know, this is not meant to be an accurate depiction of real life.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of YouTube
We go
videos.
to the movies to escape from real life.
There's plenty of YouTube videos that talk about how
I don't like
creatures
Cre-
can't
I don't
exist
like
at this
Creed.
size.
The movie, not the end. I'm kidding.
I haven't seen...
I'm kidding.
either
It's
Creed
a
yet.
good Creed.
The last movie I saw that was Rocky Balboa. I know. I'm sorry.
Really? Not...
I haven't seen Creed 1 or 2.
Okay, I don't care. Your father does.
I care. I should watch it. I liked Rocky 3 and 4.
Well, we can do it when Mr. T fights Mr. T.
Can they fight Space Mr. T?
Yes.
There we
And
go.
so, yeah, they were always in the rain, in the darkness, in the ice.
In Antarctica.
Yes, which...
I thought was a cool location to start his coming out of the ground.
But if you're a longtime fan, maybe you don't, because apparently, like, Godzilla is about crushing cities, and, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, and...
Like,
I don't know, it didn't,
Ghidorah
like...
does some really cool stuff.
Like,
You know,
when
like,
he-
he fires the laser, the heads move, which is like, why didn't you aim for the body?
That's true.
But he later does aim for the body. You should have gone for the body.
Yeah, you can't win here. Either you should have gone for the head,
Which
or
doesn't
you go for
even
the center
matter.
of mass.
Which doesn't even matter, because he'll get a new head.
That was the coolest thing. I was actually, like, super pumped when the head came back. I had no idea it was coming. I was super stoked. I was like, really? The majority of this movie is going to have two heads and, like, a limp noodle on the side? No. It came all the way back. It was super cool.
Yeah, and, like, we haven't even talked about it, because it doesn't play that big of a role, but Rodan, coming out of...
Oh, yeah, like the Angry Turkey.
Yeah, in the trailer, I thought he was coming out of Mount Fuji.
But it was some South
Mexico. Some city in Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico City? Are all cities in Mexico City?
I mean, technically.
I mean, seriously, why would you name... I don't... Anyway.
It's historical.
It's history. You can't change it.
So, yeah, Rodan was cool.
He did a barrel roll.
He did, per the request of his flight companion, Hoppy. Do a barrel roll.
Okay, right. Forgot for a second. I'm not in the know about everything.
I don't remember that. I just kind of went for it.
Okay.
I don't know his name. His name might not be Hoppy.
It's Slippy? No, that's the frog.
I thought it was Slippy who says that.
I don't know, they all say it.
Frog.
It would be just like your father. Brr.
Brr. That aside...
I'm Godzilla. Brr.
Skreonk.
Skreonk. Brr.
There it is.
We're
so,
stupid.
I really liked the fighting when he was all red and crazy from the nuke.
Oh, you mean melting buildings from just being around them?
That was super cool. And when he, like, shot the breath, it, like, sent a pulse out of him.
I'm not even sure if he shot breath. I think he just emitted a wave.
It was super cool. Well, whatever it was very messy. But
Also,
it looked really, really cool.
Yeah. Also, just to go back for a second, they never attempted to rebuild any of the cities.
Well, of course they're not. They're busy not having the world be destroyed. It's like, there's no time lapse, really, between these things.
Yeah, that's 5 years.
No. All those cities just grew over. Remember the super edited...
What, in
video
like a
footage?
minute?
I don't know how fast they grew.
Okay, anyway.
But clearly
That's not the point.
Based on the end credits, these titans only bring happiness and joy.
Yeah, the point is Mothra comes in at the end, and doesn't...
Just gets hit by any random attack and then dies.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It was just like a lightning bolt attack from
And then
Ghidorah.
it became fairy dust.
And it looked like it had, like, given life to Godzilla, but it didn't because he was just all hot and red from his radiation stuff, so he just melted her body.
Yeah, and then there was, in the, not end credits, but during, like, the fancy credits, you know?
Yeah,
it was like,
always
oh,
the
a
fancy
Mothra
ones.
egg, or something, you know?
Yeah, so technically no monsters were harmed in the making of this movie. And the end credits scene, ooh, they show a giant, head with a bunch of flies.
The original head?
Yeah, the head that got bit off.
Yeah, that's weird. And
so
also, apparently,
why are there a bunch of flies in there?
I don't
Why
know.
are flies attracted to dead space
bodies?
monsters?
Oh, why wouldn't they be?
I don't know. It sounds weird. I mean, like, are they giant flies?
I mean, that does... I feel like that'll just be...
Just a movie trope to show it's super dead.
The thing is, I want something like this movie to succeed. I want giant, crazy spectacles.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna talk for a second about the Japanese movie market, or anime scene.
Yeah, because I'm like,
second
will
here.
this movie be successful there, you know? And we will get a sequel.
Oh, it doesn't... I mean, it... Based on what we saw in the box office, it's barely broken its original budget. But it's still going out.
To be fair, that's like...
School
Wait,
has
that's
just
a-
gotten
that's-
out.
that's
This
a-
is going to be a good weekend for Godzilla.
Yeah.
I mean, Dark Phoenix has a terrible Rotten Tomatoes coming in before the movie starts, so...
But also, Ben, Secret Life of Pets 2 comes out.
Oh, that's true. But you're not taking your kids... If you would have taken your kids to go see Pets 2, are you really going to say, no, let's not watch that. Let's watch Godzilla King of the
No,
Monsters.
my point is,
It's the same audience. I'm not saying it's going to take... I'm not going to say it's taking the weekend.
Touché.
It definitely will not win the weekend because of the new movies. But I'm just saying, it can eke out a living. I think what they should do is cut the budget back a little bit and have more fights.
I mean, I don't know, like, logistically, I don't know how much these movies cost. You know? These people guess. Granted, those guesses are probably accurate within, like, 20 million.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm not like, how can you do this, like, level of animation without that? Because, like, Shazam, which is nothing like this movie, cost like $70 million to make.
Well, you can tell that movie is not
I mean, there's
the same in scope.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I
we
mean.
have a bunch of regular dudes walking around,
Like,
and a couple of flashy effects, and that's it. I don't know what makes the movie expensive.
yeah, because
the movie looked
There's
okay.
the actors, which granted there aren't. I don't think there's any A-list actors in this movie. You know, that's the thing. People aren't coming for the actors; they're coming for Godzilla.
It's true, but they can't help but try to
Also,
amplify it with star power.
we thought the main dad was Bones from Star Trek.
He's not.
He's not.
It was sad.
He looks exactly like him, though.
He was so awful, also. His
Yeah.
character was awful. And all of his lines were terrible. And he made no sense most of the time. And, like, there was this weird pseudo, like, spiritual connection he had with Godzilla for, like, 2 moments. When he's like, okay, everyone be still. And one time he, like, walks up. He's like, what are you doing? No explanation or care about that later.
Also, there was, like, a scene... Like, in that same scene you're talking about, the camera zooms in on Godzilla's face. I'm like, whoa, come on, brother.
He's just
Get
like,
back!
hello. And you get that like 3 more times. It's the weirdest angle of Godzilla in the whole movie.
Also, I can't
Super off.
I can't remember what it was. It might have been when... I can't remember her name. Billy Robbie Ray? No.
Yes, Billy Robbie Ray.
You know who I'm talking about.
Exactly. Billy
Yeah.
Robbie Ray.
Her, the child.
BRR. Go on.
Yes. She... I think it was when she turned on the baseball place.
Yeah, the orca accustomed to the chill out vibe.
Yeah, and it like Gadira came there, and like I can't remember what it was, but something spooked me, and I knew a spook was coming because there was no music or sound, and like I leaned in my chair to fix myself, and I kind of got spooked.
I don't remember what the spook was.
I can't remember, but also
There is a spook.
Speaking of the orca, it gets fixed in the rain.
Oh,
With no
man.
tools. Also,
They just like start ripping it open, and they're like, "I now have this soldering thing."
yeah,
and they just
and
like
also,
start doing stuff at it. You're
also
like, wow, guys.
apparently the mom like said, "Get in the car," and I'm like, "Is that the girl?" Like it was so shaky.
Well, they do a ton of shaky camera, a ton of dark lit, a ton of rain. Half of the time, I'm like, "What am I looking at?" I
Yeah.
wanted to see, like, just leave it alone.
Like, I could've
It's pretty.
Yeah,
Whatever. They
So-
clearly put effort into making Godzilla look good, and they care about it. It looks like, but I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe with a studio note, like have more people, but I have no evidence for that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how the process goes. I will say, I would watch it again
Yes.
in theaters,
Really?
obviously, because I mean, I want more of these to come out.
Yes, but it won't.
I mean, I don't expect it to do what
Infinity
the
Endgame.
Japanese. No, I don't think anything is gonna be like that for a long time.
How long have we been going? Because
Oh, definitely long enough.
we took a break, and I think we might.
It's about wrap up time. We got to give it a review of some kind. I think I'm gonna give it a review based on when and where you should watch this film. I think this is a see in theaters movie.
Yeah,
flat out.
I definitely think it is.
There's a scope thing to see. It's
Yeah.
just it's gonna be more fun on a gigantic screen
Yeah.
with nonsense. You're
See,
not there to think about it. You're not there to like have intellectual discussions about what does the Hollow Earth really mean.
Or like, what
It's-
about the morality of these characters' decisions? Who cares?
Yeah, no, just watch Godzilla blow stuff up and watch Ghidorah be rude to the left head. Poor left head. He died and then he came back and he was just a little stupid after that.
Yeah, I think it was stupid before then. Too bad they don't.
That's
ever,
why he
they,
got
they
his head
never
bits off.
They never get any smarter when they regenerate or dumber. They just stay the same.
I don't know how things work in Attack on Titan. You can transfer your consciousness to the rest of your body.
That's not a thing you learn until like the last
You know
4
what?
episodes from this point.
I'm just saying, like, your neurons are a system that can hold knowledge. In theory, your whole body can be containing knowledge.
Good day,
I don't want
sir.
to get, like, too meta or spacey about it. I'm just saying, it's a
We
cool
can't
thing.
talk about Attack on Titan. That's a war.
It is. On Titans, hey,
Touché.
speaking of which, Titans?
Yeah, this shit. No, you know what?
They are
This
the
is. You know what this is gonna be
hunter.
on the honest trailer. This is just gonna be called Attack on Titan.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's talk about the...
Screen Junkies. Take that.
Yeah, I know you're listening.
I know you're listening, epic movie man.
Yeah.
Epic movie voice man.
So I say watch this in theaters. Also, watch it with friends. It's just a fun time. Do not expect
The humans are stupid, but it's like
Get to Godzilla. Like it's like a cheer at the event. It's like a rowdy experience. You're not there to like sit back and like experience humanity.
yeah,
It's the opposite.
yeah. Experience monster.
Yes.
The end.
How about you? What do you say?
I say the same. It's
Woohoo!
like when you come to agreement. I give it 8 chopped off Ghidorah heads.
Nice. For a possible sequel that'll never happen.
Well, they're getting Kong Skull Island. No, Kong Skull Island? No, Godzilla vs. Kong Skull Island.
Godzilla King of the Monsters versus Kong Skull Island.
Yes, the island.
Just the whole island. He's just like grabbing the rocks.
And
That's it.
And the mountain falls and we're like, island wins. Fatality.
You can't kill a Godzilla.
And we are done.